And for more on the Cleveland Indians, let's welcome in Zach Plesac. And Zach, of course, is the nephew of our own Dan Plesac. Zach, we just want to listen in here on a conversation between yourself and your uncle. So I'm going to ask the first question, then I'm going to turn it over to Big Dan. But how excited are you here to get going on your second year? Because you came out of the blocks last year, 21 starts, and pitched to an ERA, I believe, 3.81. How excited are you to get this thing going?
Really excited. I mean, everyone's really excited just to be here in general, just to really get this thing going. It started through the offseason, just working on things to get better, and then coming into spring training, felt like I was in a great spot, and then coming to this point now, the adjustments we've had to make, it feels good to be back here and with the team, and I think we're ready to rock.
Zach, you mentioned the offseason, but you guys had a little bit of a second offseason when it came after spring training was shut down. How religious and diligent were you in your offseason 2 workouts to keep sharp and be ready for this moment?
There was a lot of, adaptation that had to be had. There was, for me, a lot of moving around, just trying to find out where the best place for me to be was to make sure that I was getting all my work in. It was a lot of uncertainty, so just little adjustments we had to make. And I think the biggest challenge for most players, speaking on myself, is the mental challenge of the unknown. Just kind of going through the daily life of not having any answers, and expecting that there could be an answer and things would happen super quick, and the drastic change happening quick is just something that it caused a little anxiety, I guess you could say, in the mental. So it was important that we just stayed right mentally. And I think the guys here in this clubhouse did a great job of that. We worked with our front office on, different ways we could just stay together and stay on point and stay confident in ourselves that when it comes time to play baseball, we'll be ready.
Zach, your debut, rainy night in Boston. You had an interesting note after the game from David Price. Could you fill me in on that?
Yeah, I just come back in after my start, do what I usually do is my arm care, and stopped by my locker. Didn't see anything when I got done, though, with my arm care. I had a note on my locker, and it was from David Price. Just wishing the weather, could have been a little better for me, but he just wished me luck on a great career and just to keep my head straight and just to keep working hard. So it was definitely a class act by D. Price, and, if he ever sees this, I appreciate that gesture because it meant a lot to me.
Multiple sports, basketball, baseball, football. I have to ask you, your pickoff move, one of the best in the American League. Did you have a good pickoff move when you made the switch over to baseball?
Yeah, I think just having that ability to play different sports naturally creates an athletic bound for yourself. I think it helped me an incredible amount. I learned that going too quick in the pickoff could be dangerous at times. It gets out of control when you could throw it in the ground, and got runners on third then. So I really just focus in on just making good movements and being under control with my body, and you execute a good throw. It's just as quick, as going as fast as you can. So keep a good balance and make a good throw.
Hey, Zach, you got an inter-squad game tonight. You're throwing the baseball. Do you have Francisco Lindor behind you playing short, or is he in the batter's box? Looks like he can swing it a little bit. And what's that like facing some guys on your team that are as good as they are?
I think Lindor has the night off tonight. He's been playing the past few days. He had a morning workout. So, the lineup I'm facing, I got Yu Chang, who's Taiwanese player for us who's been red hot lately. I think he's got 4 homers in the past 4 inter-squad games. He's batting 5th. Fredmil Reyes is in the DH spot. Facing those guys and facing Lindor, I faced him actually my first live VP, and it's just super competitive, and it keeps the game fun. These guys are trying to get their work in, and so am I. So, it's fun. We get in there, and I see Fran Millie, and, we're having good competition. So I'm excited to pitch against him tonight.
Zach, less than 2 weeks till you guys open up. Do you feel yourself and the rest of your pitching staff, you'll be ready to go by the 24th?
Yeah, I think so. It's a confident group we have, and guys that work together, and we're in a really good position, I think, as a staff. So, I'm really encouraged by all the work we're putting in and where we're at as a staff, being able to be built up in our innings and just feel the confidence, even just having this short period of time and feeling ready, that's a big step. So I think, we all have that confidence that's there and we're ready to play baseball.
All right, Zach, this is a little too serious, man. I mean, we gotta lighten this up a little. We got your uncle right here, so tell me, because he goes whenever you're pitching and he's on this desk. I mean, he is fit to be tied. He's a bundle of nerves. I mean, how many texts do you get from him? I mean, does he leave your voicemail right at the game? Do you call him? I mean, give us a little bit of the inside here.
Man, I can't let you guys in too deep, man. So no, I'm kidding, but it's after game, post game things, I'm sure he picks up on things that I can't see, and there's other things that just as a helpful resource, man. He's everything, Dan. Appreciate you. Got to give you a shout here, and just going forward, it's a great resource for me to have as him, and it's a great relationship we got together, man. We've grown from when I was young, and now we're at this point. I'm 25, and still feels like he's my Uncle Dan, man. It gives me chills right now, so it's a good thing.
How many questions did you have for him once you kind of knew, Zach, that baseball was going to be where you were headed professionally?
Really is just the mindset, because at this level, it's the ability of everyone has the ability, and just overcoming those obstacles and going through the stresses, and just being confident in yourself and little things like, not trying too hard to fix whatever you're working on in one throwing progression. As me, a perfectionist I am, I'll be throwing a million balls in throwing progression until I get it right. And it was something I had to learn in the minor leagues, really to catch a grasp on my workload and be smart and strategic on what I'm trying to accomplish and, just grow on the things I need to develop on. And, little things like with my mental is really, he's been the biggest help for me. And, just being able to make sure I'm big league ready. I wanted to act and be a big leaguer my whole life, and when the opportunity was coming, I wanted to make sure I was ready, and he sure helped me out. So I got a long way to go still. I'm working my butt off over here, so I'm gonna stay grounded and keep working.
I got to ask you this. I don't know if you remember. You came out with your dad and your brothers. You came out to Arizona. I was playing for the Diamondbacks. And after the game, we got on an elevator, and Randy Johnson was on that elevator. And I remember you looked straight up, and he looked at me when the elevator closed, and he said, "Man, I never seen a guy that tall in my life." Do you remember that?
Man, I remember that trip. I don't remember that moment, but that's hilarious. I think, if I remember correctly, Randy Johnson had like a portrait of himself shooting a cannon, right, on the side of his Hummer or something.
That's
crazy.
it.
He had an H1 Hummer. I remember that. I will never forget that. I tell my friends that today, so that's the funniest thing ever. That was a good trip.
All right, Zach, good luck as the Indians open up July 24th against the Royals at home, and continue to make Unc proud, all right, buddy?
You got it. I appreciate you guys. Uncle Dan, appreciate you.
You got it. Strike one, brother.